usual. Hence the other reason I'm so completely devoted to this show, Chasing Life. That's all I have to say on this subject.
That is something that we don't want to edit out, because this is why we have low tolerance of people that make excuses in life. When you meet people that have actually overcome something and their own mental power, your own will was able to push you through, to guide you, to get you where you needed to go to get some help. And then you understand isochronic tones and binaural beats, which are entrainment programs. They do claim, they don't claim medically to reverse anything, but they do claim that they can repair nerves, they can regenerate different things in the system based on sound.
Why?
And I truly believe that. Why wouldn't they be able to? I mean, it makes sense. It's common sense to me. Let's go further into some of your work with this ABC drama. It's ABC drama,
ABC
right?
ABC Family.
Yeah, family drama. What prompted you to, or did you collaborate with the writers on the show about having a character like the girl that is a...
They sent me the show, the pilot, and I saw it, and I didn't even know what it was going to be about. I had no idea, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is my life. And now we're at episode 14, which we watched, and it was really funny because episode 14, April's in remission for a bit. She's in remission, and she's like trying to go out and party like a mid-20 girl wants to. You know, she wants a boyfriend, she wants to party, blah, 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 blah. And she's going, I'm so tired. This is not fair. I'm supposed to be partying now in my 20s, not bloody having chemo and feeling tired. Yeah. And I turned to Saul, my assistant, and I said, yeah, I was in my mid-40s. I was supposed to have my midlife crisis when I had my cancer. Where's my sports car? Where's my affair? I was in a fucking hospital, excuse my French.
That's okay.
I was in a hospital bed instead of having my midlife crisis.
Thank goodness we have social media network. So, we are getting close to closing out time. What I want to ask you is, what are some of the upcoming projects that you're working on? And there was another question I want to ask you before we go to that question. When it comes to scoring a movie, who gets more authorship, the director, producer, or the composer? Who takes more ownership of the movie? Is it a balanced...
It's balanced.
Is it
balanced?
The director, everybody gets credit?
No, everybody gets credit, and everybody's balanced. As long as we're all walking down the same road at the same time, it's all good.
So there's no thing about, oh yeah, they get this and you get that, or whatever. Great. So it is
cool.
a team.
Yeah, it is a team thing.
So the final question is, what are you doing now? What can we expect from you? I know what I can expect from you because I'm one of your loyal fans.
Thank you.
And then what can we see from you? Are you going to be doing things like, I notice that composers are now, Spike Lee is getting ready to compose Kevin Hart's comedy show. I mean, he's going to direct it. So composers, directors, producers, arrangers are going outside of the box these days. They're doing a lot more versatile things, like doing things in at a hospital where it's a big event. And they have big sponsors and things. So what do we see? What can we expect?
Other than the movies that I'm doing right now, I'm doing 2 movies, Squirrels to the Nuts, another movie called Greater, and my TV show, and any other music projects that I have coming up. I'm also working on my own television show, which is about, the idea is that what we lack in our society is mentors. People who will inspire others. And they don't have to be monumental. They don't have to be the Lance Armstrongs of the world. And so it's more about, okay, I've had a couple of kids in here recently. 2 African Americans and 1 white woman, both who are vets. They both got discharged, Purple Hearts, they were both severely wounded, and they, through the GI Bill, which I am a huge supporter of, are now learning to be camera people, or in this business, they go to school up the road. Those are people who have inspiring stories. They have interesting stories about what it was like being blown up, and then how they're rebuilding their lives. So we're going to put a show together. We've already done it, and hopefully it'll be on the air pretty soon, which is about people, young people, who have overcome tremendous hardship, how they can help other young people, and what they're doing. Not so much like, I was in a car accident, I was in a coma, and now I'm okay. Not that. What are you doing with your lives to stay healthy? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about your spirituality? Are you thinking about your health? Are you thinking about exercise? What modalities are you doing to keep going and keep focused and keep strong? And that's that show. And then the other thing I'm working on, and I'm working very excitedly, There was an American civil rights, he really,
Which one?
his name was Bayard Rustin.
Wow.
Do you know who Bayard was?
No, I
Most
don't.
people don't, and it's the criminal shame.
Oh.
In August 28th, 2013, he was awarded posthumously the Medal of Honor, which, as you all know, is the highest honor you can receive in this country, for organizing the march in 1963 on Washington.
Oh, wow.
Yep, the I Have a Dream March.
Bayard
Rustin. I say Bayard, Bayard.
Is it Bayard or Bayard? Which
For
one
me,
is
it's Bayard. For you guys, it's Bayard. 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 And I am working on that because he also was the man who organized the Memphis bus rides. He was four things you couldn't be in North America, really in the world, but particularly here,
What?
in 1959. Well, he was obviously black.
Right.
He'd been a member and an active pacifist, so he didn't fight in World War II. He went to prison. He'd also been, as a youth, a member of the Communist Party, which wasn't uncommon back then. But most of all, he was gay, and he was openly gay, and he felt perfectly comfortable
that.
in 1959 walking down the street with his boyfriend hand in hand. Well, of course, the FBI, through some other people, trumped up that he was having an affair with Martin Luther King, which was absolute poppycock, and everybody knows that was rubbish. But they threatened to go public with it, so Bayard decided to step back and not to sacrifice. He would rather have sacrificed himself. He did sacrifice himself. Now, what draws me, Stephen Endelman from London, to a character like that? I'll tell you. In 1959, my grandfather, David Rustin, my mother's father, my paternal grandfather, who brought me up with my grandmother, was in the Plaza Hotel in New York City. Over the loudspeaker, would Mr. Rustin please come to reception? Well, that Mr. Rustin, my grandfather David, and another Mr. Rustin, who was having tea that afternoon, Bayard, went to the reception at the same time. Both men looked at one another.
Are you serious?
As God is my witness, I am completely serious.
Wow.
Bayard, what's interesting about Bayard, apart from the fact that he was a magnificent musician, he spoke like an Englishman.
Wow.
He deported himself, very aristocratic. My grandfather and he connected. They soon realized that the paternal side of Bayard's family was from Jamaica, and in 1850, my great-great, 3 times grandfather left a small village in Russia with his 2 brothers, and one came to Jamaica and one went to London. And Bayard was connected to that family, and that became that. So I have a very emotional investment in this story. And when you look at the documentary on YouTube about him, or you read his writings, you go, wow. He sounds so elegant and eloquent. He was an amazing orator, But he was openly gay, and he fought gay civil rights all his life, Stonewall, all that, and again, he was an extraordinary man, brilliant musician, brilliant voice, and so that's my other project. I want to make a movie on that.
That's a great movie. We're leaving. I need to know.
Yes.
We want to know, where can we find Stephen Endelman's work? www.stephenendelman.com.
Well done.
If you want to see any of the movies that we've mentioned, Rob the Mob, Squirrels to the Nuts.
Well, Rob the Mob's in the theater.
It's in the theater. Squirrels to the Nuts will be in the theaters.
The others are either on
And the others are on Netflix, YouTube, Hulu.
iTunes.
Go on, look at this man. As you can tell from our interview today, he's a fantastic person to know, very human, the kind of people that real life and real films and movies are made of. This has been another 15 Minutes to Show. I'm your host, Osiris, writer for the Culver City News, Ankh Entertainment Stones, and the Color of Rare blog. And it's a wrap. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Ankh Entertainment, Facebook, Ankh Entertainment. You'll see my face on there with my red hair rocking it. And check out Stephen Endelman. It's a wrap. Thank you so much. Bye.